Well, good morning, INTERBET fans, and welcome to the preview for the Vaal Classic. And we're on the 27th of May, 20 pentrometer, 4.5 false rail at the 800 meter mark. It's 10 meters round the bend, and then comes into 4.5 meters at the 800, which should give everything a chance. And really, the draw should be of no effect today. Mainly racing down the straight. Some of the races around the bend we'll have a close look at. 8 races, I said. First race, 1,000 meters, maiden plate, fillies and mares, and all the money is for Aurora Light, the What a Winter from the Paul Peters stable, number 6 of Chama Mabaya, and who knows. But the right horse is Abelis. The form is very good, and she's improving, and she gets a decent rider. Ashley Fortune's in great form. They won with Elmo in KwaZulu-Natal the other day, so everything looks like it's pretty hunky-dory for this one. I think this is a very big danger. Prettier in Pink gets the blinkers, and that might improve it. And Silvery Blue is a stable companion to Abelis, but doesn't look as good. Race 2, maiden plate. The cat's been bothered by the dog here, and so you can hear the meowing. The dog's giving the cat a hard time, and I'm not able to keep them under control. But there you go. Let me carry on with race 2. It's a maiden plate, 1,000 meters. An imitation game does look like a business here. Muzi Yeni gets a ride. Very interesting, because Luke Ferraris is riding on the day but doesn't get the ride on this one. Maybe he had a ride that was scratched, and that's what sometimes happens in these cases. But Muzi Yeni would be perfect for this horse, and I think it would be very, very difficult to beat. The Johan Janse van Vuren runners, the 3 first-timers of his, are the key, and you'll have to watch the betting. Connection seems to be the right one. That's 3-1 in the betting. And it says might play smart sort, and the same comment for French Joy, and the other one says fast, smart, so that no, not giving anything away. Everything's smart and everything's fast and everything looks like a champion, and we'll see where they end up. So let's go on to race 3, maiden plate, fillies and mares, 1450, and the favourite here, and all the money is for Cybaris, which is the Mike de Kock trained Fastnet Rock, number 11. No comment given, as is the norm with Mike de Kock. Luke Ferraris gets aboard this Fastnet Rock out of Galileo. Well, you don't get many better pedigrees in this, but it is Northern Hemisphere bred. So what else is there? Only the first timer of Species. Parthenon is in the betting. Blinkers have been put on stormy weather. I can't see anything in the race that could even bother this, if this is any good, and that's why it's 5-10. Race 4, maiden plate, 1450, and I'm going with Castle Corner, despite it being drawn 10. In fact, it might be to its advantage, Castle Corner. I think that you want to cover this horse up as late as possible. You don't want to let him get to the front too early. But if you can just hold him up, and you've got the long Vaal straight and then the false rail, if the Gavert gives him that type of ride and just follows him through, I think he could be the right horse. The horses that are interesting here is Grace from Above. The 2 1,450 runs have both been very good, and now gets Gavin Larena, which is a big jock up, so that goes very close here. Successful Ruler, Sean Terry, Lyle Hudson, some form. Got to have some sort of chance of a good draw of 2. And then Gandalf the Bay. Look for big improvement for this one. Brian Nyao gets a ride on it, so that indicates that he's a stable rider for this horse. And it will be interesting to see how the 2-year-old goes, but I would think he might be competitive for trifectas and quartets. Race 5, fillies and mares, 2,000 meters. Looks like a very difficult race, but I'm going with Sophia First. I think she's the right filly. She's been very close on a number of occasions, and certainly her last run in an open company race, a handicap, was pretty good, and that was behind League of Her Own, and I would have thought that that would be good enough to win this type of race. Kamala gets a ride for the Aussies, number 3 on the card. She's drawn a bit wide at 9, but that wouldn't worry her. Siren of Grace looks like a big runner in this contest. Sean Terry, Lyle Hudson, and then Wedding Bliss, second run after a rest. That's number 1. I'm not going with that one. And Grace Lou, look for improvement from her with Venus Flytrap. They might be the big improvers in the race. Super Duper is the interesting horse. Moved stables from the Robbie Sage stable to Barham Portis, and Barham Portis has a knack of getting horses to improve, and she's been very consistent, but not been able to just find that little extra, and maybe Portis stable will find that little extra with her. So she goes into all the play as well. Race 6, Maiden Handicap. Oh, my favourite Maiden Handicap, and that's said with tongue-in-cheek because these are rubbish. 1,600 metres, and they're so close in the weights that it's very hard to go anything but 2 to 8 in your pick 6. Passing Shots got some sort of chance. Enigma Code gets the blinkers but looks held on form. Hey Benny looks the best weighted in the race and gets Gavin Larena. That's a big jockey up. Have a very close look at that. And the stable companion being scratched. That's Curfew. But she's all slow away. Is Hey Benny. He is. Well, let's see if he's slow. I saw the horse the other day, and I made a note in my book. All a slow way, and then suddenly all the money came for it, and it wasn't slow way at all. Now, if I was in charge, I mean, that guy would be in so quickly it wouldn't even be possible. Chimera Gold, this looks like the big danger, number 4. Drawn 10, but very big improvement. First run after a break in gelding. So look for big improvement still from Chimera Gold, but it is second run. Although it's had like nearly 5 weeks, nearly 6 weeks since it's run, that should help it. So Chimera Gold might be the big danger here too. Hey Benny, and then there are a number of others, as I say, have got chances. Mr. Blue Sky, improved last, gets 1.5 kilos off with Gold Dickens. That's going to help it. Very close and very tough. Race 7, Progress, 1,600 metres, and here's another tough race. Willow Express looks to be the answer, but have a close look at Herodotus and the run before last. Ignore its last start. 3.5 better off for 3-length beating. There's nothing between the two of them, and I think this track will suit Herodotus, be able to settle him much easier. Gets Gavin Larena, which might be a big plus. He rode it when it ran behind Willow Express. Nachi not striding out last time, so ignore that. Got good form. G4Go's got probably the best form in the race, but steps into the Lion's Den here, and Kamala gets a ride on it again. Got to have some sort of chance. Willow Express, 2 very good wins, and certainly in the race with a chance. Tree Tumbo also got some sort of chance. It's a very difficult race, and apart from Cockney Pride and Wiley the Great, the rest look like they've all got chances. Race 8, Classified, 1,000 metres, very difficult as well. And I'm actually going to put in just about the field here. Bella Belize, very good run behind Glotoria, but there's nothing between that and Magic Choice on the weights. They were pretty close together, so number 6, Magic Choice, got to have a big chance. Alex the Great runs on. Gavin Larena gets another chance. He hasn't won on it, but he gets another chance on it. Here, the Trumpet, Ignore is last, not striding out. Allez Le Bleu, look for this to run a very big race. I think it will be there or thereabouts. Look to the Sky, third run. Prover, Ramsey, course and distance, 1 from 4. Love Lies, shows pace. So as you can see, there are a number of horses that have got chances. And then you even go into horses like Nymeria. If she improves with the stable, Neo Carlin knows her, should be able to get the best out of her. Florence, Illa de Varlet. There's horses at the bottom of the weights that have all got some sort of chance. It's one of those days that looks like if you jump in early and get a couple of the right ones first on, then you can fill up your runners at the back end and have a very good day. From me, James Goodman, and the INTERBET team, remember you can go on the live games. As I said, they've got every type of live game imaginable. Go and have a look at it, and certainly sign up with INTERBET because you need to be involved with INTERBET on the weekend when we've got these great big pools, and it means that you're betting into these pools with without any deductions and without any open bets being laid, because I can tell you, you think the pools will be huge, and I think that South African pools will really improve because the bookmakers are not going to lay open bets into these type of pools. So that's the key. It should be fun. Enjoy yourselves and get ready for Saturday.